Hello everyone. I'm not sure how well you can see, but today we're going to take care of this celery that I have behind me. First I have to take down this fencing right here. I'm going to put that in the other garden because the chickens like to jump in my raised bed. So I'm going to first take this out, put it over in the other raised bed. Then we are going to pull all of this celery so it doesn't all go to seed and it doesn't go to waste. I did read that you can give celery to chickens, but in moderation. So I'll probably give them a little bit of what has flowered, because once it goes to flower it gets bitter. So I'll probably give them a little bit of that. I'm gonna get all of this out of here, and then I think after I'm done emptying this bed, first I'm gonna have to take the celery in and get it all washed up. And then I think for today I'll just put it in the refrigerator, at least during daylight, and then work on cutting it to put into the freezer when it's dark outside and I can't be outside working. I like splitting up my projects like that so that I'm spending as much time doing things outside as I have daylight to do. I just got home from work. It's a little bit later in the afternoon. I probably have a couple hours of daylight to get this done, so I'm going to get started. Took out a little bit of my borage here because it grows right into the wire. I'm actually just going to set these over there because now just going over there I remembered we need to work on that irrigation, and I don't want all this wiring in the way trying to move all of that. Tom went to work on it again today and realized that the sun just beats on the soaker hoses, and so we're going to put in some different drip line instead of using those soaker hoses, so we have to take all of that out. So I'm going to wait to put this wiring up until we get done with that. But as you can see, I have some of my celery is going to seed here, and I don't want that to happen with all of this. I grew quite a bit of it. It didn't get as big as I wanted it to, but that's okay. Like I said before, I can use it in soups and stews, and I could even take some of these stalks and just put them in the freezer to use in my broth when I make my beef, chicken, or vegetable broths. So none of it's going to go to waste. Okay. Here's all of our oregano. I'm gonna put this in the dehydrator later. I've got a little basket right here. Put that in there. to pull these roots because my plan after this is to put some watermelon in. So as you can see, my stalks aren't very big, but it's still food. So next year, a few things I learned is when I start my seeds indoors, I need to thin them out. I didn't thin these out. I got weird about it, didn't want to kill the babies again. And that's a big mistake, and that's something I really have to work on. And then getting them out sooner, I believe, is another one. I had a lot going on, and I didn't get them outside planted as soon as I should have. And then we also had this irrigation issue going on, so it went into irregular watering. And celery needs a lot of water because they are made up mostly of water. So, I mean, but they look good. Everything looks good. They just didn't get very big, and they're starting to go to seed. So it's okay. Those are the things that I learned. Got all that pulled out. This right here, what I ended up with. Take all this in and wash it up, and keep some of the tops for my celery, for my stock and my broths. And then we'll wash up the stalks and get those cut up and get those in the freezer. And then this is all the stuff that went to flour. So I will cut some of this up, give it to the girls, and the rest of it will go into my compost to feed my garden next season. The next thing we're going to be working on today, after we're done with cleaning up that celery, is saving some poppy seeds. I had showed you the other day how they were starting to dry up. Well, within the last few days, they've dried up pretty well, and so I've already put them in my compost. But I wanted to show you what they look like So as you can see, these are pretty brittle at this point. And what you're looking for is right here at the base of these pods. You can see all those little holes. You want those holes to open up. When this is green, you don't have all those holes. It's just a green pod and there's no holes there. As it dries out, you start getting all these little black speckles. And then after that, it dries out even more, and this just becomes very brittle, very dry. And all of these pods under the flower end up opening up. And then I collected a bunch of those, and I'm going to show you what we do with those. And then the stems have gone into the compost to help fertilize for next season. Just took a break to have a snack and give the girls a snack. This is their favorite treat. They love watermelon. Look at them all. Aren't they so cute? I love my girls. Be nice. Okay, I'm in front of the fan. So now we're going to cut all of our celery stalks. I'm just going to cut the tops off of all of them, and then I'll take these stalks in and get those washed up. We have taken all of the good leaves off of the oregano stems. Any that were brown or had brown spots or yellow or ripped or just didn't look good, I just left on the vine. And any that looked good, we picked off and I put them in this bowl. Now, I was going to dehydrate these, but I'm having a thought that I might want to look into how to make oil of oregano, because oil of oregano has so many health benefits to it. I want to see if that's something that I can do. Here are all of the tops to all of the celery that we cut, and here is all of our celery right here on this platter. I'm going to take all of this in and get it in some water and get it washed up and wrap it up in a towel for the night, put it in the refrigerator, and then I will be cutting that up tomorrow to put into the freezer. Here is our celery all in the sink. There's a few decent sized stalks in here, but nothing like what you would buy at the grocery store, that's for sure. But that's okay. You know, it's my first actual year of even having any success with celery whatsoever. So just like everything else, it's just a learning curve. And then I'm going to put it on this towel, and then I'm going to wrap it up, and then tomorrow I'll chop it up. Celery is all washed. Now I'm going to just wrap it up, and I'm just going to leave it on this platter. Put it in the refrigerator. Just leave it on this platter so that I have more control of the situation so it doesn't roll everywhere. And we'll take this back out tomorrow. The next chore, we have this watermelon that we shared with the chickens. We had diced half of it, or sliced half of it up. This is one of my best investments, this melon slicer. It's just like an apple slicer, but 10 times bigger for melons. I love it, especially for watermelons. I cut off the very top, and then I cut off the very bottom. Put this center on the top and slice right through it. You got to make sure that your melon isn't any larger than the width of this, or you get a stuck melon. But for the most part, it fits most melons, and it is so handy. But I'm going to slice this up and get this in a bowl so it doesn't go to waste. Okay, we got our watermelon done. Watch this, you guys. It's so juicy. That's good, huh, Scarlett? Say hi. Hi. Yummy. Come here, buds. Let's see if Bensie likes it. Do you like it? Do you like it? Oh, that's so good. It's so good. Yeah, we like watermelon. Yes, we do. So I did decide that I wanted to just do oil of oregano because of all the health benefits that it has. And we'll go over those later. But I just did all of these for tonight. And then I'm going to, I got them all off the stem, all the leaves. And now I'm just going to give them a chop to release their essential oils. And the smell in here is amazing. I love the smell of oregano. We're gonna chop these up. They don't have to be real fine, but you want them to be releasing the oils. Scarlett. We have to get this done tonight before we go to bed because we don't want them drying out. We want them as fresh as possible after picking them off the stem. Okay, then I'm going to take these and I'm going to put them in a jar. And I've got another batch of these that's just about as big as this one. I'm going to tap it down. I'm going to use what I have left in this. This is extra virgin olive oil. And I'm going to cover it up to a half to an inch over where the leaves end. So about right there. You don't want to fill up the whole jar because then you're going to lose your potency of your oils. Then you need to put your lid on and you're going to want to shake it up. Get all those leaves mixed with that oil. And you're going to want to do this every other day for at least 2 weeks. So right now you can see that that oil is yellow, and we'll check back in and see what this looks like next week. I'm going to get this other one ready to go, and I'm going to actually leave it out on my counter, I think. I don't want to put it there because we use this toaster oven. I'm going to put it in a darker area, but I don't want to put it out of sight because things that are out of sight are out of mind for me. So I need to have it where I'm going to remember to do this every other day. it is getting pretty warm outside, so I've decided to come in and do some poppy seed saving. So here's all the poppy seeds that I collected. And what I found is the best way for me to do it. We had tried squishing them and rolling them, and that made a bunch of chaff go into the bowl. So I'm just taking and tapping it on this plate. And you can see all the little black specks that are coming out, and you're not getting all of that excess debris out of that pod. So I'm going to keep working on these, and that's going to give me plenty of poppy seeds. So work on that. And then we did this oil of oregano yesterday, and we're supposed to shake it up every day. Now I had some of the stuff that I've done always says put it in a cool, dark place. Well, this you don't. You actually keep it in a sunny place for 2 weeks and just shake it back and forth once a day to make sure that everything stays nice and moist in that oil. So we're gonna do that. And then whenever we have time during the week, we're gonna try to work on that sprinkler system. And what else are we gonna do this week? You know, I think we're just gonna be busy with trying to stay cool and keep up with our work week. And if we get to the outside, we will take you along with us. I hope you all have a great week, and we'll see you soon.